Hello world, welcome to the 262nd climate change emergency protest here in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. It is November 28th, 2023. It is too dark right now for me to go outside and do a protest. It is evening on the 28th. So next week will be the 263rd climate change emergency protest. That'll be on December 9th, 2023. So the COP28 process, it's the annual meeting of all the nations of the world, whoever decides to attend, will be held in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Right now there are approximately 70,000 attendees, which is way too many to get anything done, but also it is being swamped by the fossil fuel industry, believe it or not. This conference is supposed to fix climate change and come to agreements how to reduce fossil fuels and contributions to the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. And the fossil fuel industry has been populating it more and more and more every year. And now it's to the point that the head of ADNOC, the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, the head of the company is now the president of COP28. This is how bizarre things have gotten. It's gone insane. Dubai is, or ADNOC rather, is the number 8 producer in the world for fossil fuels, for oil. This guy in charge is the president of that company. So this, right now he's making deals with 27 other countries as to how to oil deals, how to get more oil, how to help people extract more. For example, Colombia. They're trying to help Colombia get more oil out of the ground. So this is the insanity that's going on, and people stand by and allow this to happen, and this is why we are going to die. So he's the president of ADNOC, and this is COP28. You're supposed to be, when you're the president, you're supposed to be without bias or self-interest. This guy is exuding self-interest. This is nothing but self-interest. ADNOC is the same as ExxonMobil or any other company like that, Shell, things like that. So it's a company in itself. So Joe Biden isn't even attending this. The president of the United States is not attending the conference on climate change. He's sending no major officials there that can make any sort of deals or get through their thick effing skulls that we're going to die if we keep on this path. But he's sending no one. He's not going there. I understand why he's not going there, because he's basically incoherent and he's incompetent and would fall asleep during the whole conference. But there's no one going there that's of any importance, that has any value. Yeah, you might send John Kerry or whatever, who has no power. Nobody pays attention to him and nobody cares. So right now what's happening around the world is El Nino's kicking in, and it's going to be an utter catastrophe for us. For the whole world, 2024, it's going to be an utter catastrophe. Temperatures probably will cross the 2 degrees Celsius barrier for the whole year on average. That's how bad it's going to get. We just crossed the 1.54 barrier from the 1880 start of the whole Industrial Revolution, which is BS. Industrial Revolution started in 1750, but they use 1880 as a baseline. So we did 1.54 for the year so far. Probably be about 1.6 by the time we're done on average for the whole year. And in reality, if you use the 1750 baseline, you could add 0.3 to that. So instead of 1.54, you're really looking at a 1.84 temperature increase for the whole year. 2023 was the hottest year in human history. The hottest year in human history, 125,000 years. El Nino is not even a factor in this year for the most part. This has been other things that have been kicking in, just regular carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and feedback loops, and the cleaning up of the marine environment, as far as some ships now run on fossil fuels that don't kick out as much sulfur dioxide, which has less of an aerosol masking effect, so more of the sun striking the ground and striking the ocean. The Antarctic right now is the lowest ice level ever around Antarctica, the sea ice level. So we're in for a hellscape coming up. 2024 will be a worldwide hellscape that's coming. It'll be horrendously bad. I can't begin to say how bad this is going to be. I don't know what to tell you. You know, everyone's falling asleep. This looks like insanity for me to be talking this way, but you're going to see it's going to pan out. Basically, everything I've been saying for the last 10 years on here, or however long it's been. How long have I been doing this? 2018. So I guess this is the 6th year coming up of talking about it. But I've been posting climate change stuff on Facebook since 2014, I think it was, or 2013. So it's been 10 years of postings. So Why is Biden not going? Why are the other officials from the United States not going? Why are officials from everywhere in the world not paying attention? Well, first off, they're in deep with this fossil fuel situation. 27 countries, including the United States, are participating with this guy about cutting deals for oil. This is nuts what's going on. But also what's going on is warmongering around the whole world, especially in the United States. 15,000 Palestinians have died so far in Gaza as a result of Israel's attack. 6,000 of those have been children. If you're saying that this is because of Hamas doing the attack, no, this has gone way beyond anything. This would be the same as if there was a gunman in an elementary school and you kill every elementary school kid to get at the one gunman. That is called a war crime. You're not allowed to do this. The people in Gaza are in an open air prison. They have nowhere to go. There's nowhere to escape to. In the Mediterranean, if they go 3 miles offshore, they get shot at. If they go into Egypt or try to, they can't get past there because the Israelis won't let them out and the Egyptians don't want them in. Then if they try to escape into Israel, they'll get shot leaving the open air prison, basically the wall and the fences that is around Gaza. They've got nowhere to go. This is like killing prisoners in a prison, just absolutely just shooting them from the top of the wall. It's being allowed, it's being encouraged by the United States. We're supplying them with weapons, and it's disaster, and it's disgusting to me what's happening. Let's see here. Leaders of both parties are involved. This is not only Democrats, but it's also Republicans are both so involved in this situation. And if you're staying in these parties, you are a participant in this. No less than the Nazi people in Germany were participants with Adolf Hitler when he was massacring everyone, and they knew what was going on. So they're participants. If you really need to think about getting out of your party, and at the very least be standing in front of your party headquarters and protesting and telling them to stop this insanity and these war crimes. These are war crimes. This is leveled on your head as well as the heads of the leaders of the two parties. It's insanity that's going on. There are no good choices involved. 400 out of the 435 members of Congress are right behind this the whole way. They might act like they're not. They'll go, oh, we can't do this anymore. But when it came down to the vote, 100% of them, all but 12 people in both Congresses, the House of Representatives and the Senate, only 12 voted against this open policy of go ahead, have at it, kill everyone you want to kill. So that's called a war crime. We are guilty of a war crime in this country. People in those parties, of Democrat and Republican, are extremely guilty by allowing their politicians to continue on this way. It's no less than being a member of the Nazi Party and knowing what Hitler was doing and allow him to continue to do it. What the Israeli army, the defense force, is doing is committing wholesale murder and straight up war crimes. I know this doesn't feel like it's part of climate change, but it is, because they're not showing up at the COP28 session. All right, it's all related, everything. You're spending all your money on bombs and crap like that rather than trying to fix ourselves and get ourselves out of this hellscape that's coming. I tell you what's going to happen. Israel and that area will become so hot that they won't feel like fighting. But they'll continue on anyway because their blood's boiling. Here we go. So just have at it, and that's what's going to happen, and people are going to die, and it won't be the end of it. And what's going to happen is eventually the people of the other countries around the world, especially surrounding Israel and the Arab nations, are going to start being upset by it to the point that they start getting involved. And this has the potential of going into World War III with nuclear weapons. Peace is not a dishonorable thing to actually discuss things. A two-state solution is the obvious answer to this thing. Killing and killing and killing just means that there's going to be more killing in response. This is an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. And what happens is both people end up blind and disabled, that they can't see or gum their food to death. That's what's going to happen when you do an eye for an eye or a tooth for a tooth. So I'll catch you next week. COP28 will be on starting Thursday. That'll be on YouTube. So type in COP28, and that'll be on from November 30th to December 12th. They will give you the tap dance and tell you how wonderful things are going in reducing fossil fuel emissions while the temperatures keep going up and the carbon dioxide keeps going up at a ridiculous rate. It's a non-linear function right now that's happening with everything. Sea surface temperatures around the world, carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. We're in big trouble, and 2024 will be a catastrophic year for the world. Mark me down for that one. Place your bets. Catch you next week.